Hi everybody, and welcome to this installment of the 102% Baseline Setup Track Walks. This week we are at Summit Point Raceway in West by God, Virginia. This is a fairly straightforward track, but with a high difficulty level due to its small margins for error. It's real easy to fall offline and lose heaps of time in a corner. As usual, I'm running a Logitech G27 wheel and pedals with all aids and assists turned off. I use the H-pattern shifter, I left foot brake. So let's get to it. Here we are just about to hit the braking zone for turn 1. There are a lot of things going on here. First, the approach speed can vary significantly due to the exit of the difficult Patek Bend leading onto this straight, or due to a draft that can have you going much faster than normal. The braking zone is bumpy and pulls the car away from the corner. The apex is short, early, and easy to miss. First of all, if you can't get your braking done, start your braking sooner. Due to the long straight after the turn, there's a lot of time available here, but not if you're carrying locked brakes past the turn-in. I'm going to start my braking right about the patch in the grass right after the 3 cones. Brake hard, but ease off the pedal for the bump just after the 2 cones. Back hard on the pedal as quickly as possible and be ready for the car trying to pull to the left. Get the downshift to third done. If you're not carrying enough speed at apex, this is a second gear corner, in which case you need to get the shift to second done as late as possible or risk locking up the rear wheels. Turn in about a half a car's length to a full car's length after the access road starts. Carry the braking to just about the patch. I want to go to full power as soon as possible, but this time I was too early, picked up understeer, had to lift, and was too late to power and lost about 1/10 just from power application alone. Turn 3, the wagon bend. Stay in fourth. I want to have my car parallel to the track edge between the 2 access roads and in a neutral state, so I'm going to straddle the white line on the approach and then turn in soon enough that the car will be in a neutral state before braking for 3. As I pass the last cone, the car is in a neutral state. I'm going to use no more than half brake pedal for a quick dab. There's a small dip in the road right before it rises at apex, so the car can easily get unsettled. Here I pick up enough push that I came out of the throttle for a moment. The apex is very late due to the irritating little kink to the right at track out. After track out, I should be positioned in a straight line to carry me through the left-hand kink and ready for turn 4. I can take turn 4 flat out, but it will cause me to lose too much time leading into turn 5, so I'm going to lift enough to keep to driver's right on the exit of 4. I may adjust this if there are other cars around me and I'm trying to be defensive or aggressive for the braking for turn 5. As soon as I'm through turn 4, I'm off power and transitioning to brake, even before I've completed unwinding the wheel. I'm on the brakes as hard as I can be, but because there's so much load on the left side, the car is prone to locking up both of the right side tires, so about half brake pedal is about as much as I can get away with. You can probably stay in third gear for turn 5, but it never feels right to me, so I usually go down to second gear. Here I wound up giving some throttle at the end of braking to stop the oversteer. Try to stay off the curb on the inside and be quickly onto power at the apex. Over to driver's left for the 3 radius turn 6 carousel as quickly as possible. Give a small dose of brake, stay in third gear, and go back to full power. Once I've gone back to power, I want to be flat all the way through the S's. It's difficult to do, but it can be done, and it's all dependent on my turn-in for turn 6. When braking, I'm expecting some oversteer, but opening up the steering some should allow the car to hook up with the banking. I'll unwind the steering some for the second radius before tightening up for the third radius, which iRacing considers turn 7, though some others consider it still part of 6. There's a significant enough rise at apex that it will cause understeer, and sure enough this time I had to lift to stay on the line. apex after the curbing on the left and go up to 4th gear. If I hadn't lifted earlier, I might be carrying enough speed at turn-in for the right that I would probably want to lift to ensure that I hit the apex. Again, the goal, which you can do, is to be flat through the entire S's, but I'm only rarely perfect. I'll stay in 4th gear on the bridge straight and use as little steering as possible through its kink. Patek Bend is a 4th gear corner and is the most important corner on the track as it leads off of the second fastest straight and onto the fastest straight. I want to brush brake just before the beginning of the gravel patch on the left. Start feeding in power at a turn-in and be at full throttle by apex. Here I brake too soon and brake too much, which caused me to apex too early. Use all the runoff after the curbing on track out and mosey on down the straight. Here's the lap again, but without any pauses or narration. Thanks for watching, everybody.